Okay. I hope everyone can hear me. I hope I set everything up properly. I'm gonna take a look at the chat right now. If you can let me know that you can hear me, please. Let me make sure that everything is okay before we get started. Stop spamming emotes. Who is Nightbot? Okay, good. Everybody, okay, good. Excellent. All right, I apologize about the quality. I'm not sure how this is coming out. This is my very first time doing this. But yeah, I mean, I definitely wanted to talk to you guys because there's a lot of stuff to talk about. First of all, yeah, YouTube is limiting the views and the comments and the likes and from people seeing my content. They are just right now just going, they're going crazy on my channel right now. And I'm sure it's other channels right now that are going through that same thing. I have no idea why that is going on at this moment. I never went through that before. Excuse me, let me drink some of this coffee. But yeah, it was a little weird. I mean, I saw that and I was like, okay, that just came out the blue. But of course I know for a fact they wasn't gonna really like, you know, me coming out with all of the information concerning Bill Cosby. I said, you know what, let me do this one live. Cause this one, I mean, it's not too much that I'm gonna go into depth with, you know, as far as like how I went into Bill Cosby. And yes, there is a part 2. I don't know why Nightbot is deleting you guys' comments like that. I'm gonna have to adjust that. Something, I don't know what's going on with that, guys. Please excuse that. That is not me. That's an automatic thing, and I don't know, or maybe it's sensitive. I don't know what's going on with that. Please excuse Nightbot. That's an automatic thing. But yeah, the Bill Cosby part 2 will be coming out. Part 3 to my video as far as African Americans are a threat. I'm definitely gonna have to hold up on that because they had a problem. YouTube had a problem with my part 2 and almost took it down. Excuse me. So I had to kind of fight to get that, you know, to keep it on my channel. And they definitely gave me a problem with the Bill Cosby video. That's why you see probably what, 30,000 views. That should be at 80 by now. Okay. They took that down and they definitely limited part 2. I guess they took it upon themselves to say, look, you're riling up the people. All I'm doing is giving information. You know, I'm not trying to make anybody do anything. But I mean, just listen. Like I said multiple times, you don't have to believe nothing I say. You don't. I'm just here to make you think. I want to start the dialogue. That's mainly what this is. But yeah, I mean, YouTube is limiting my videos. Straight up. So don't get it twisted. I will be posting regardless. I'm still going to be posting. I have like 3 or 4 videos or documentaries rather completed. Okay. And they're just not, you know, right now I'm going through the phase of me having to get, you know, licenses and clearances, and they're done. It's just YouTube holding me up, to be quite honest. So with all of that being said, there's a solution to that. All of my content will be on DVD. Now I'm going to be focusing on making DVDs, period. We're just going to stop all of that. We're going to put everything out in documentary format on DVD, and it will be available everywhere for everybody to see it, for everybody to, we need another platform. I agree. I totally agree. But of course, you know, I don't have that type of pull to create another platform like that. I wish, you know, but yeah, there's another lady. I'm not going to go too far in depth, but there's another CEO that took over YouTube. And she's a lady, and I'm not even going to get into that because I'm live right now. That's number 1. Number 2, I don't know who's watching. But yeah, something else is happening with that. But anyway, DVDs are coming, and they're going to be coming quick because I got a lot of content that I'm sitting on that I can't even put out. And I know a lot of you like, wait a minute, Dane, you usually put out like 5 or 6 documentaries a month. And it was actually going quicker than that, but this is actually taking a toll on my release schedule. And that's the reason why, you know, a lot of stuff is not coming out the way they should, as far as the schedule is concerned. Yo, excuse Nightbot, guys. Excuse Nightbot. I don't know. I'm gonna have to go back and adjust those settings. I don't know what is it talking about. Excuse Nightbot, guys. But yeah, the next thing I'm gonna go over is, of course, I'm about to jump into Kanye West, but the what I say, I wrote it down here. Okay, yeah, the DVDs will be, yeah, I mean, that's going to solve the problem, me pushing out the DVDs, and the books are going to follow right behind it. And that's another thing. I've been working on books behind the scenes, but yeah, I mean, I do everything, the editing, producing, the writing, I do it all. So this does take time. You know, I mean, it will be easy for me to just jump on camera and just speak about anything, but I mean, I want to let everybody know what's going on way in depth. I don't want to just put anything out there and just, you know, people could get stuck like that. You know, I want to show them the information either on screen or verbal, so they could write that stuff down, go back on what I'm doing, so they could do their own research. Like my information is for you to do your own research. And like I always tell everybody, don't use Google, don't use Bing. You know, this is stuff that you have to literally go search for. Diligent research. You can't just sit there and, you know, think that Google is going to hand you all the answers. No, I mean, we know who's Google, you know, who owns Google, who owns Bing. You guys got to look at that type of stuff. So they're going to, you know, push up front all of the information that they want you to see versus what you need to know. You got to do some traveling. You got to get away from the computer or the cell phone and go find this information, guys. I'm not making any of this up. Okay. But yeah, like I said, let's move on from that information. Let's jump straight into Kanye West. Now, I posted a post on my Twitter first. It started on my Twitter, and then I went to my Instagram with my tweets, and this is what I'm actually going to be pulling up here so you can see this. So I'm going to be reading this off. And I don't know, I might be doing more live streams, guys. I might be. I'm not too sure. I'm still thinking about that. I'm still trying to figure out how this is going to go. I don't know. We'll see. I might even have to add that into my schedule on top of me doing more traveling, because that's happening very shortly. A lot of this stuff has to get documented, and, you know, you guys got to know it. I know a lot of people can't, you know, they can't get up out the house. You know, they can't make the necessary moves. And this is the reason why I'm here. I'm doing this so you can know. So you can know, regardless of who calls me this and what they say about me, I could care less. I honestly can. Because you're not refuting any of my information, because you can't. There's a difference between truth and fact. Your fact is based on somebody else's opinion. My truth is based on logical sense. Publicly verifiable evidence. That's in front of you. It's nothing made up. So I could care less about, you know, what the people are saying. It doesn't affect me, because I know for a fact that this information has to come out, regardless of how many people are doing it. I know I'm going to be doing my part. So you can say, hey, Dane Calloway told me. I'm doing my part. You got to know this. All of our people got to know this, so we can start seeing some changes. So let me get right into this. This is something that I posted on my Instagram about 3 or 4 days ago. Actually, it hit my Twitter first, then I put it, you know, on my Instagram as a post. I'm going to read this off. I said, Kanye West was right and wrong. Here's why. Number one, slavery did not happen the way we were all taught in compulsory educational institutions. Now, I've been stating this for quite some time, and especially in the majority of my documentaries. Number two, the majority of our ancestors, 98%, were not in chains and shackles, nor did they come off a sailboat with no motor, very critical, from West Africa, okay? Then I said the pale-faced foreigners were the ones that came by the millions, okay, by boat to North America, starting in the late 1790s. Hence the reason why the census starts then and why they don't tell you how many whites it took to allegedly kidnap 12.5 million Africans from Africa. It never happened, period. Now that's talking about the quote unquote Middle Passage, AKA the transatlantic slave trade. Guys, I told you who started that story, okay? Melville Herskovich started that story. Frank Boas is the one that told him to do that, taught him, and a lot of members of the Boule. Let me just put it like that. And W.E.B. Du Bois, I mispronounce his last name and say Du Bois because you should know why. He's part of it, okay? And yeah, I mean, he started that whole Pan-African movement. We're not even going to get into that because I have the videos out going in full detail. Guys, you got to know what happened. You got to know what happened. Everything that I'm stating, write it down. Go look it up. I'm not putting this out for no reason. We got to understand our history. Let me keep going. Number 4, records proves that our ancestors were already here prior to the arrival of any pale-faced foreigner. Okay? The missionaries, who were Catholics and Quakers, came up with the idea to buy land from the French on the coast of Africa in order to ship our ancestors from America to Africa, Sierra Leone. That's a French name, guys. I have a documentary called and they're limiting that one right now. I believe I reposted it so you guys can see it because a lot of people told me that they couldn't see it. It was called the African American Slaves in West Africa. Watch part 2. I tell you, these Quakers and these Catholics that campaigned in Pennsylvania and Virginia, calling it, you know, they were on their mission to bring this information over here in order to help these pale faces. Excuse me, in order to help these pale faces with an idea that will allow for the so-called Negroes to be removed from these lands in America. Now, keep in mind, this was also the time that we were warring with them. They made a lot of promises that they couldn't keep. We didn't like it. Our ancestors didn't like it. And yeah, a lot of wars happened. Now, keep in mind, in the 1800s, there were 61 documented wars. They're not telling you every war. They only telling you the wars that they want to tell you. It was way more than 61 in 1800s. You kidding me? But let me move on. I'm not going to go too far into that. During the times of the so-called slavery, okay? During the times of so-called slavery, our ancestors were not in chains and shackles. They were the ones that taught the whites how to farm and grow crops on their own lands. Foreigners are not accustomed to land they don't know nothing about. Listen to that. Foreigners are not accustomed to land they don't know nothing about. That's just like me, you know, applying for a job. I need to go through some training, okay, in order for me to understand how to do that job. Those foreigners can't come over here and automatically know how to grow crops. I mean, this is a totally different landmass from anywhere in Africa, including Europe. They can't come over here and say, oh, I know how to grow this, I know how to grow that. Ain't no way. Somebody had to teach them, and guess who it was? Okay? And this is the reason I'm about to go into it. Not only that, our ancestors were prisoners of war. Wars that lasted for many years between our indigenous ancestors and the invading foreigners. Okay? Our people made peace with them by treaties, and many, many promises were made that were not kept on our enemies' end. Our ancestors were truly sharecroppers. Listen to that owned these lands we call the Americas today. The white foreigners were tenants on our lands, okay? Meaning that they had to pay a particular amount, or whatever agreement they had as far as them getting a piece of our share, allowing us to grow that for them and for us. See, we went into business. They went into business with each other, or so our ancestors thought, okay? because the deal went horribly wrong. Our ancestors inadvertently made the choice or the mistake, either one. See, this is the reason why I was talking about Kanye saying slavery was a choice. Right here. Our ancestors inadvertently made the mistake, or rather the choice, with trusting the enemy. That's what happened. Okay? Not knowing that the enemy had a totally different agenda in mind, in which the foreigners did not keep their end of the bargain. And so our people worked to build this country for little to nothing. And unfortunately, it is still that way today, merely because of how our people are lacking the knowledge of our actual history. So our people are still working for little to nothing for a foreigner's company that we built from the ground up our damn selves on our own damn lands. The American Negro is the American Indian. I'm just here to make you think. Now, that's very important. I hope you guys can understand that. And if not, just go back and watch my documentaries. I'm definitely going to be putting out DVDs, books. This information has to come out. This information has to come out. People have to know who they are. Don't let them tell you something versus you going to go find out for yourself. Okay? Now, of course, they made things a little bit difficult, but you can know, and you will know. You will easily find out who you are. Okay? I also ended off by saying, what did I say on that? I say, once everybody becomes cognizant of what is actually happening in today's society of America, along with what truly happened to our people in the past and not the indoctrinated versions, that's very important. Then we could look past Kanye as a target for irrelevant discussion, because that's a distraction, okay? Because the real proper dialogue will begin, okay? This is what we need to talk about right here. The whole fight from top to bottom of since the early 1900s until now was who we are. They had a movement, okay? And everybody wanted to call themselves black power. And they want to pump their fists up and say black power. The people that are in power were laughing. You don't have power just because you have a gun. You don't have power just because you're marching. If you really had power, think about that. Think about that. We will have our own jobs. We will have our lands. Okay? We wouldn't be working for some immigrants that you never get to see. Notice that you really barely see the owners of anything. Okay, but we know who they are. And they ain't one of us. And it's a reason for that. All right, I'm not going to go too far into that. You know, I don't want to sound like I'm upset. But I mean, every time that's the reason why I don't go live. Is I do get upset a little bit. Okay, because I get real passionate when talking about particular things, especially dealing with us, dealing with our history. Okay. So what I'm going to do, I'm probably going to be trying to grab some of the questions. Hopefully I could grab some of the questions. And like I said, guys, please ignore Nightbot. I have to fix that. Okay. I have to fix that. Nightbot is totally ridiculous right now. As a matter of fact, can I take that out? Give me 1 second. Let me just take that out. Cause that is like, Nightbot came in swinging. 1 second. Okay. All right. So I smacked Nightbot out of here. All right. So let's get to some questions real quick. Peace, everybody. I appreciate everybody that was watching. But yeah, Kanye West, like I said, was right and wrong. He didn't really know. You could tell he didn't know what was going on. He didn't know, like a lot of people. A lot of people don't know the real history. They're just constantly repeating what they were indoctrinated with. Okay, constantly repeating that information. Keep in mind, that's the reason why I'm telling you there's a difference between, okay, fact and truth. fact is totally based off of someone else's opinion that you would believe is the truth. You see? That you would believe that it's the truth. You're like, oh, you know what? That sounds, you know what? That's a fact. Without even going back and checking for yourselves. Versus you knowing the truth. The truth is right in front of you. It makes logical sense. Because it's right in front of you. You know it to be true. You see it. You see it. Versus you hearing about it. It's more so like homework. I hate to say it like that, guys, but listen to me. It's like homework. Write this stuff down. When I mention stuff, key things, write it down. You don't know it? Good. Write it down. Find out. Stop using Google. Now, you could go check and see what Google says. Then just know that's not the end all be all. Just know that. Okay? That's not the end all be all. Just know that. Keep it going. There's multiple people that have absolutely no idea. So don't knock them. Don't knock nobody's religion. Don't knock nobody's belief. Don't knock on none. It's not for what? We need everybody. We need all of us. And I mean us. Okay? The American Indian is what we were called. And still called that by the United States of America of the Republic. Not the United States Incorporated. That's who's in position right now. The United States of the Republic. When you pledge allegiance to a flag of the United States of America and to the Republic for which it stands, I'm talking about that one. Okay? Keep in mind, that's still in play. You got to know it. Congress got all of the treaties right now that our ancestors signed. I need for everybody to focus on this, guys. Focus on this. Got all the treaties sitting right there. And our people don't have no clue about it. None. This is the reason why we still got work to do. It's not over. It's not over until everybody becomes cognizant of what happened to us then, what's happening to us now, so we can have a better future. Now, I'm not saying we got a war with them. I'm not sitting up here saying we got a war with them. Don't take me wrong. Okay? Something got to happen. But before we do any of that, we got to know who we are. And I'm talking about the people that are just asking the questions and they want to know. Keep going. Go back and look at your family's records. Go back and see what those birth certificates and death certificates are saying, because like I told you, the Racial Integrity Act changed it all, right? Look and see what happened prior to the Racial Integrity Act being implemented into law. Look and see what your family was classified as. Go look at that. Now, somebody mentioned about the 2020 census. The 2020 census is definitely going to be changing a lot. They're going to force everybody to have African American on there if they don't know their nationality, if they don't know their identity. Same thing with these pale faces. They're going to have to come up with, oh, what part of Europe? Then you're going to start seeing what Europe is. Did anybody do any research on Europe since I put it out? I hope so. I hope so. When I said that, and I'm still going to state this, Europe is a part of Africa. Always has been. Keep in mind, they renamed these locations once they colonized it. That is a key factor that a lot of people are not talking about. They colonized that land and named it Europe. That's very key. I hope you guys did. And if not, then go back. A lot of people ask me, what books should they pick up? Whoa, I don't even know where to begin because I read a lot, guys. Like, I mean, there's stacks of books on this side that I'm not even going to get up and show you. Probably on my Instagram, I'll probably post maybe like a few of them, but there's so many books. I read a lot of books. I read a lot of newspapers. Okay. I definitely go back and read archived newspapers, archived articles per se. And yes, you could pull that information up. I remember one time somebody asked me, Dane, how do you get all that archived information? That National Archives is definitely something that you should get your hands on, get your hands involved in that. Now, I know it's a lot of you that cannot get to these locations. They say that they have some of this stuff online once you pay a particular fee Do I trust that? No, because I want to see it firsthand. I want to be able to type it in and pull it up in the National Archives itself, not Ancestry.com. And I mean, they are already lying about the DNA test. So what makes you think they're not going to lie about the information they're putting out? That's just me. That's just me. You don't got to take my word for it. I don't want you to. I'd much rather you go to your public libraries, meaning your local libraries. I'd much rather you go to the National Archives. Some of the historic churches will have information as well. I'm talking about on your family now, and as well as if you know of your family being inside of the wars, like maybe the Civil War, World War I, World War II, most of those people had documents, and it also indicates where they were located, and as well as what they were classified as. Keep that in mind. You definitely want to gather that information. I put most of this information out already, and I definitely have, because I can't help everybody. 2016, I tried to help as many people as possible, but I couldn't. I got over flooded. So I put together that PDF form, documents. It's 75 pages long, I'm being honest, but it's formatted perfectly. It's in, it goes in 10 steps. It's even when people are, even if they're adopted, it tells you what to do step by step, because I'm not there all the time. But of course you could contact me using the office line or whatever it may be. Okay, even if I'm not there, there will be somebody to answer your call. If not, the lines are busy. I don't have it set up where you can hear that the line is busy. This is some over the internet telephone service, and right now I don't have control over that. I'm trying to do the best that I can to get this information out. Now I know the documentaries and the books were being asked by a lot of you, and they are coming. The books will be finalized and published everywhere you can find a book, and the same thing with the DVDs. The DVDs will be available. I hope I could run into something where it could be available on cable, like if you go to like some on-demand services or something like that. Hopefully. Okay, I'm not saying that it will happen. I'm just hoping that will happen. I hope it will go to reach as many people as possible, because yeah, right now YouTube is limiting my reach, period. I can't recall the last time I seen a video only at 30,000. They're stopping that. They're stopping it. Okay, I worked very hard on that video. That's another thing. I was a little upset, but anyway, let me not even give them that energy like that. There's more documentaries that will continue to come out on my YouTube. Like I said, I already got stuff done, and I'm working on more stuff as we speak right here in my office. And I will be traveling again, and you will see more. I'm not even going to tell you where. Nope, I'm not doing it this time. Last time I told you where. This time, I'm not doing it. It's not against nobody that's really authentically, okay, supporting me. I'm talking about, I don't know who's watching, and I'm not telling them that. Nope, this information got to come out. This information got to come out, and we're going to do it the correct way. So definitely shout out to all the people that are watching. I'm going to try to see if I could grab some questions. Yes, definitely move in silence. That's a must. Too many agents. There you go. No, Netflix. No, let me tell you. No. I'm live. No, keep going. We're not even going to talk about that. Who? Black Box plays. Nah. Thanks. Let me get some questions. I want to answer some questions. And what are these numbers at the top? $18, $14.99, $20. Are those donations? Oops. Oh my goodness, those numbers was, I apologize, guys. I don't know. Those are donations. Dwayne P. Okay. Oh my goodness. I apologize, guys. I didn't even know what that was. I was wondering what those numbers were. How do you get to see? I see Dwayne P. Thank you, Dwayne P, for donating 20. I really appreciate that. Brown Sugar Baby for $14.99. I really appreciate that. I can't believe that I couldn't see this at first or didn't know what it was. Evan for the 18. I really appreciate that, Evan. Thank you so much. I thank you all that's donating. I really appreciate that. That does help me out a lot. Black Video Network, keep it up. He said keep it up. I will, definitely. Thank you for the 25. I really appreciate that, guys. I apologize. I wish I could go back. See, it doesn't even allow you to go back. I know I saw a couple numbers and I didn't even know it. I apologize, guys. Those that have donated, thank you. It's a super chat donation. This is my first time, guys. I apologize. Yes, the Library of Congress. Yes, they also have archives. Yes, yes, they do. The Library of Congress has a lot. I got a lot of my information from them. Keep in mind, you're going to have to put in a freedom of information request, and sometimes some of that information will cost. It depends on what you're looking up. Like, say for, let me point this out. I'm glad I thought about that. There are 3 different types of birth certificates. Like, if you go to the Vital Statistics building right now, say for instance, you're like the grandchild, you know, of course, of your grandmother or grandfather, right? If you go to the Vital Statistics building and try to, depending on the state, and trying to request the birth certificate of your grandmother or grandfather, depending on the state, they might tell you no. Or if they tell you yes, and I'll tell you what to do if they tell you no. If they tell you yes, you could get it. What they're going to do is print you out a receipt. They're not going to get, and it looks like a receipt. That's why I said receipt. It's going to be like a, I wish I had an example. It's going to be a receipt, like how it comes out if you go buy something at a store per se. And it's not going to give you the information that you need. What you need to do is go to the National Archives and request a birth certificate portfolio. Now, they could be calling it something else now, but the birth certificate portfolio not only gives you information about your grandmother, it's going to give you information about your grandmother's aunts, children, her mother, father, and possibly her mother and father's sisters, you know, and brothers. It could go that far depending on how big the portfolio is and how much information they have. Now, don't quote me on them saying that it's a birth certificate portfolio, but that's in the form that they will give it to you as. So it could be totally, it could be named, maybe somebody can help me in the chat. It's named differently now. Just keep in mind, I did mine in 2016. So I know a lot of stuff, it has been changed since then, but you can still gather that information. More numbers are popping up. RJ Woods, thank you for your $50 donation. I really appreciate that. Thank you all for those donations. And the ones that I couldn't read earlier, I apologize for missing those. Best one, you're awesome. Thank you. So are you. Thank you for your $10 donation. I really appreciate that. The Dungeon Master for 20, I appreciate that, brother. Thank you. I really appreciate that. That does help out. It does. Vital Statistics, yeah, Vital Records, National Archives. You can gather that at the National Archives. I strongly suggest, I mean, get what you can from the Vital Statistics building. Get it. Get what you can. But I suggest that you go to the National Archives and gather up that information. Don't listen to, oh, we came from Africa, and oh, the Africa this, we got the artifacts in this book, it said that person this and he's a doctrine, and no, stop that and go find out for yourself. You can literally find out if your ancestors came off of those boats that you see on the voyages.com or whatever that slavevoyages.com, whatever that information is. Keep in mind, they just showing you numbers. Okay, they're not even telling you who those people are. They just showing you numbers, just some random numbers. And I believe that website was what, established in recently between 2013 2015. Don't take my word for it. Go see, go check and see, because they got those boats. They got the records of those boats. And then you're going to start noticing that and once you do the research, you're going to notice that your ancestors were not slaves. You're going to notice the majority of your ancestors had land, had businesses, it was a lot of money back then, but had some money. Okay, opened up bank accounts. Let me get some more. This is what you need to know. This is what all of our people need to know. This is what you owe it to yourself. If your family not jumping on board, fine, do it for you, and then your family will jump on board. I know a couple of my family members watching right now. First they was like, huh? What are you talking about? Until the records popped up. How'd you get? It goes just like that. So don't worry about it. Let me catch these before they disappear. Kip's daughter, thank you for your $10 donation. I really appreciate that, sister. Thank you. And Jay Staten, I apologize. I slayed that. I didn't mean to do that. I apologize, Jay. Okay, thank you for your $10. I really appreciate that. T Money, I really appreciate that. Thank you, T Money, for your $20 donation. And Brian James for your $20 donation. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much. Chatty J for your $10 donation. Thank you, Chatty J. I really appreciate that. Look like you in the UK. Okay, UK watching. Shout out to UK. Will 33 for your $10 donation. Thank you, Will. I really appreciate that. Yeah, but that's very important. And I'm sure there's and that's another thing. Guys, don't be afraid. And I know I helped out a lot of people. Don't be afraid to come out on camera and tell people, look, you found it. You got it. When I go to these reservations, I want to get them on camera so bad. But a lot of them are afraid. A lot of them can't. A lot of them don't want to. I want to show these elders. We gotta let these elders feel secure, guys. We gotta let them feel secure. We gotta give them that security, because keep in mind, back then they were threatened to say that they were, Indian. They would look, their lives were threatened. Guys, we gotta make them feel safe. We gotta jump on this. We gotta jump on this. As soon as possible. That really did hurt me, because I remember a lot of elders telling me they were dying. They were watching people die. They were hanging them. They were doing a lot. I mean, a lot more than what, they say about the KKK. The KKK was basically racist to begin with, but they were attacking mainly all of the so-called black Republicans. At that time that I showed you in my previous documentary. Part 3 to that is going to go into depth, way more depth than part 2. And that's how I know I'm going to have to push that straight to DVD. They're not going to allow me to. Chief Warhorse, I love her. They're not going to allow me to put part 3 out. Who? No. We're not going to promote anybody else's channel in here. Don't get blocked. You will get removed. But yeah, it's more so about you doing your own research. That's what I promote. I want you to do your own research. I'm here to make you think about the information. I want you to think about the information, write it down. Think for yourselves. Okay? This is what you're going to do for yourself. You're going to say, all right, Dane said this, write it down. I'm going to research it. Get off of Google. No, I can't put it on Patreon. If I put it on Patreon, it has to be uploaded to YouTube. I wish Patreon allows me to upload to Patreon. That's what I would want it to do. I hope it one day they will, do something like that, but they don't have, I guess, a big enough server in order for me to upload it to Patreon. I even tried to upload it to my website directly, but I'm gonna have to go back and check that, because sooner or later, some of my stuff has to be on my website, and that's not fair that I can't put it up on my website right now. I'll check that. We'll see. I don't know. We'll see. Use Black Spot. I'll check them out. And I heard of the Junction, Black Junction TV. That I looked at them. They're very similar to YouTube. I'll check them out. I'm gonna have to talk to them and make sure everything is okay. Because keep in mind, because I have to get licenses to clear with the majority of stuff that I'm using, as far as to prove my points and make it a documentary feel. I gotta get that. And I don't have no problem with doing that. I just gotta make sure that they are following those same guidelines. When I get that information out, I'm not going to take a hit. I don't got no time to be sued. I don't have that. Oh man, wait. Okay. That jump went too quick. Guys, I'm gonna block you if you're talking about different channels. Trying to be honest here. Thank you, Donald Young, for your $10 donation. You know what? This thing jumped pretty quick. I think I organized Rhymes Productions for your $5 donation. Thank you so much. Go24 for your $20 donation. I really appreciate that. Me for your $10 donation. I really appreciate that. And Darius, and I don't know how to pronounce her first name, Aramanda. I hope I pronounced it correctly. $15. I really appreciate that from you too. I really appreciate that. If I said that wrong, please excuse me. I try my hardest to pronounce it correctly. K. King Thomas, $14.99. I really appreciate that, Mr. Thomas. Thank you. Brian James, $20 donation. I really appreciate that, Brian. Thank you so much. And I said those. Okay, I didn't miss anybody. Okay. All right, I'm learning as I go along. I'm learning how to navigate this. I'm definitely going to be doing more of these. Lloyd Birdie, which are $10 donation, $9.99. I'm definitely going to be doing more live streams where I could go more in depth with certain things and pull up certain things that I have that you guys probably don't have. You know, you might not even have access to it because there's a lot of stuff that I did have to pay for that I would love to put on screen, as far as documents are concerned. And that would shut down a lot of these people. And I mean, it's got to get done. People got to know the truth. Keep in mind, there is a lot of information that I do put out that a lot of people don't have. And what I mean by information is the visual. Like, screenshot some of the documents that you see. Sometimes I do post them and inside of my videos. And I don't know if people miss it or not, but pause it, because I'm either making the video, I'm making the video go up and down on it, something like that. Just pause it and read it and see, oh, screenshot it, keep it for yourself. And keep it for yourself. That's very good information to have. And I cannot even begin which video I started doing that. I started that very early. Started posting up these documents. I just wasn't posting up pictures and talking. I was posting up real authentic documents. Take a look at that. Did I miss somebody? Yes, Miss Pauletta, I really appreciate your $10 donation. Thank you, Miss Pauletta. Ty Richardson, $30 donation. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much. Alicia, American Aboriginal. Thank you for your $20 donation, Alicia. I really appreciate that. Jermaine Williams for your $5 donation. Thank you, Jermaine. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much. And Dustra Fictional Truth, thank you for your $25 donation. Thank you so much. And I really want to get into these questions. I didn't see the questions just yet. Please. Thank you. Thank you. And I love the fact that you guys are watching. I really do. I really appreciate that. And I know for a fact that video got way more than 30,000 people watching. I know they stopping my stuff, but guys, I'm not going to stop. Regardless, I'm not going to stop. I'm going to continue to keep this going. And yes, this is the reason why I have moderators that go on. Let me mention this. I do have moderators that go inside of my comments and start taking down hateful comments. I don't want anybody to start going on anybody else's religion or what they believe in, because it's not about that. It's all about who you are as a person. Okay? Your spirituality is personal. I'm talking about who you are. Okay, that's personal too, but it's also about all of us. It's not something, it's not something in that form of nature of a religion, a religious belief, or a spiritual thing. It can be, depending on how you look at it, but yeah, I'm very, I'm unbiased with the majority. I don't want to be stuck on a side. This is the reason why I don't tie myself up with anybody. I don't tie myself up to anybody with anything and, oh, I'm this and this, that. No, you're not going to see any of that from me, because I know for a fact that I need to reach all of our people for a reason. That is a big reason. And I don't, a lot of these people don't have don't carry a good credibility behind them. You know, I'm not going to mention any names or any organizations, but I'm not for that. I'm really not. I'm not for that. I'm here to make people think and give them information that what they need to know, and hopefully they'll go behind me and do research and know the truth. I know they are. I know they are. That's the reason why, you know, I'm doing what I'm doing. I know they are. I know they are. King Blaze, keep doing your thing, brother. I really appreciate that. Aboriginal Power, I really appreciate that. Thank you for your $10 donation. Really appreciate that, brother. It's not going to stop. Does every state have yes, every state does have their own constitution. Every state does have their own constitution. Quiet as kept, we wrote most of them, but that's a whole different topic. I don't want to confuse you. Most of those constitution, treaty, pick your poison. It's the same thing. I donate to your Patreons. I want to, come on, bro. Please don't put stupid stuff like that. That's just, no. Atlantis. I can't wait, Ghost. I can't wait. When I put that documentary out about Atlantis, yes, I'm not even, no, I'm not going to go into it. I'm going to hold that right now. I'm going to hold that right now. It's coming. It's already done. I mentioned it in an interview. I don't know if you guys caught that. It's a guy named Vortex. I did an interview with him. And I told him, well, not told him, I told his viewers about, you know, how South America is Atlantis. If you take a look at Cuba, it's right beside it. I don't want to go too far, but you gotta travel to understand where I'm coming from. Atlantis is South America. Jay said it right on time. Atlantis is South America. Yes. Atlantis is going to be very deep. And this is the reason why I know I have to take my time with that. I want you guys to fully understand what's going on here. I just gave you a hint. Atlantis is right beside Cuba. Right beside it. Okay? Accretion, when you look up the term accretion just means that water rises. It rises from up underground. Okay? That means that land did not disappear. That land is up underwater. It's sitting right there. Okay? And I'm live. All right, I much rather put that in documentary form. I don't know who's watching. I don't know who's listening. All right, I want to make it seem like I don't know nothing. I'm gonna be honest with you. The state. I mean, wait a minute. Say that one more time. It's okay. It's also. You could go back further than that, though. Speaking of state, before they were called states, they were called estates. You gave me a video idea. They were called estates. I definitely could jump into that. I talked about the 2020 census. This is the reason why I'm doing this, because I know the 2020 census is going to be forcing everybody to put their nationalities down, more specifically the pale faces. And if you guys can't put your correct nationality down, you're going to be marked as African American. This is when they're going to introduce African American on the birth certificates. And this is what we got to change. Keep in mind, anybody that's like born now or probably like 1980, I'm gonna say 1980, if you pull out your birth certificate, a classification of race does not exist there. Like, you don't have it. It doesn't tell you who you are as far as the classification of race is concerned. I mean, it's a reason for that. Okay? But this is the reason why we got to get it done. 1988, no, before 1988, way before 1988. I'm gonna say top of 1980. Okay, 1980 is when they stopped basically putting the birth certificate, the classification of race on your birth certificate, and still to this day. Like, if you got babies, go check it out. I'm not kidding. This is not a joke. They stopped that for a reason. I'm 1974. You might have black on 1974. I'm not too sure. You could check it though. SF 151, I don't suggest you sign any of those documents. I don't suggest you sign any of those documents. Period. Period. The only way you're going to get it done correctly is if you go to court, not sign some document, get it stamped and send it in. No, it don't work like that. What they going to send you back? Oh, okay, we're sorry. It don't work like that. I don't know who told you that. Don't fall for that. It said, okay. I mean, you can do that, but I don't strongly suggest it. What you need to know is when you're trying to do your nationality, you need to find out first who your family's associated with. Because when you change your nationality, what are you changing it to? You see what I'm saying? What are you changing it to? You got to understand where that's coming from. You gotta prove, unfortunately, guys, you gotta prove to these pale faces who you are. They know who you are. They want to know if you know who you are. They want to know that. You literally have to go to court and fight. The people that authentically did this, including myself, went to court. SF 181, nope. Not at all. Don't touch nothing. I don't suggest you sign nothing. Nothing. Don't tie yourself with none of that crap. Oh, okay, I'm gonna sign myself back up with the government after the government took my identity. How does that make sense? That doesn't work. It don't, no. I don't know who's saying that, but no. I don't trust any of that paperwork. By paperwork, I paper trailed my family. I was able to trace my tribe. Paper trail. Went all the way back into the 1700s. All the way back. Mother and father side. Got scared because I thought somebody on my mother's side was related to my father's side. I got a little nervous. But then when I really did the research, I forgot that they intermarried within tribes. I forgot about that. That doesn't mean that they were related. That just means they were a part of the same tribe. That kind of made me nervous, I'm not gonna lie. But my logo, my logo is the Thunderbird. My logo is the Thunderbird. Yes, I searched through the National Archives. You definitely got to search through the National Archives. You need to make your National Archives your best friend. The National Archives, the public libraries of where your, I'm going to call them ancestors, but I'm referring to your grandmother, your great-grandmother, her mother and father. You got to look at where they were located and start going to their county libraries. Pull that information. I'm sure the majority of you were in the South. It's not gonna be that long. I'm a liar, Sky. I'm 1997. That's what I was afraid of. Were they cousins? I was like, no, can't be. And they weren't. It came out that they weren't cousins. They were in the same tribe though. Keep in mind they intermarried within the same tribe. Aniyangwea, by the way. Aniyangwea. Research your tribe. Devin, don't stop. Go. Go. What's stopping you? There's no record of what? Brandy, record of what? Carlos, even if your mother doesn't listen to my channel, you can do it. Your mother gonna listen to you. When you pull out those records, what's she gonna say? Look at all these Southerners. Look at this. Look at this. Yes, the long form of the birth certificate. That's what I was referring to earlier. That's what you need. That's what you're looking for. Look at the South popping up everywhere. Look at that. I see you, Wisconsin. Louisiana. Ooh, I can't wait to go back to Louisiana. I can't wait. I can't wait. I love Georgia. I love all of these states. Fresh information in all of these states. And all of them, all in the South. All in the South. Gotta be known. And I'm not gonna stop y'all. I'm gonna put all this, every single one of these states that's popping up right now. Every single one of them. And remember how I did the documentary on the, it was the gentrification of Asheville in North Carolina? I'm gonna be doing more of that. My logo means, that is the Thunderbird, brother. That is a Thunderbird. It's a spiritual thing for me. I'm probably gonna say that for a different time, but that was a spiritual thing for me. This is the reason why I'm doing it now. My ancestors spoke to me. Let me just touch on it a little bit. My ancestors spoke to me and said, go ahead. Do it. Regardless, we got your back. That's why that Thunderbird flies and protects me. Shield right there blocking them. That's too deep though. We'll go into that at a different time. Thunderbird, baby. Yes. Correct. My animal guardian. Correct. That's a spiritual thing. That is correct. And look, by the way, that's indigenous. Ain't got nothing to do with nobody else. That's indigenous to this land right here. You know, the one that they try to, you know, copy and name it in some part of Africa, and Black Panther named it Wakanda. They were talking about the Thunderbird. Highest spirit. Highest spirit. Highest spirit. Who you think they talking to? I mean, even Beyonce told you in that song. She was saying hiya. Did people keep that? I mean, did they pick that up? I ain't gonna go too far. I'm telling you, I'm not gonna go too far, but listen to what Jay-Z was saying and right in that. What was that? It was Family Feud. Listen to her saying hiya. Listen to her. She know what's going on. Yeah, Andre. Yep. Andre too. Andre 3000. No, look at his family. He's on the Young Weir also, and some of them Iroquois. And stop, y'all. Don't get me. Please don't get me hyped right now. I feel a big energy when I talk like that. I don't want to go too deep into that. Waka Flocka too, yes. Oh, it's way more celebrities now. It's way more celebrities. Y'all don't understand. I'm not trying to brag, but it's a lot of celebrities that reached out to me. I'm not bragging. There's a lot of celebrities that reached out to me, and I told them I'm not gonna say no names. I'm not gonna say nothing. We gonna keep it between me and you. But I'm glad you know, brother, sister. I'm glad you know, and they probably watching. Thank you. I'm gonna thank them. I'm gonna thank you. Thank you for really believing in yourself, not nothing else, in yourself. Okay, doing a good deed for yourself and then for your family. We gotta hurry up and get this done, y'all. It's time. It's been past time. Yeah, Chris Brown, that's all Virginia. All Virginia. All Virginia. Ooh, Virginia's history. Virginia's history. The Virginia Company of London was the first to colonize these lands before it was called New York, before it was called North Carolina, before it was called South Carolina, before it was called Georgia, Tennessee. It was called the Virginia Colony of London. You look that up. That runs very deep. Those are also the people that were sent by London, of course, that gave you the indoctrinated format that we are forced to believe in, which is the compulsory educational institutions. And right behind that was the science and religion, guys. And religion. Like I said, I'm not going to knock nobody's religion. I'm just telling you what happened. Just telling you what happened. Okay? The Congregation for Propagating the Gospel in Foreign Parts. Listen to that. Look, write this down. The Congregation for Propagating the Gospel in Foreign Parts. Look that up. Those are your enemies. Look them up. That's just one form of them. The list goes on, but that's just one. Virginia Colony of London. There's plantations everywhere. The place they call in ghettos are plantations. The reservations were reserved, reservation, for a particular group of people. For a particular group of people. Plantations still here. We living on them. And especially in the ghettos, notice how it's all in the middle of that particular landmass. North Carolina, look at the middle of it. Look at those maps. When I come out with a video about the maps, I'm gonna have to get in more depth with that, so you can see what I mean. Yeah. Virgin Mary. Good point out. Good point out. Okay. Yep. Maryland, Virginia, Virgin Mary. Lord Baltimore. The list goes on. That's a huge conversation. I'm definitely gonna get into that though. A documentary has to come out. We got to know who came here first. That was before millions of the pale faces. So you know they had help now. Okay? You know they had help. And we ain't gonna talk about who helped them. Or should we? It was their own kind that helped them, y'all. And keep in mind, they weren't all pale. Africans. A lot of selling out happened. Buffalo Soldiers. I have a documentary already done on that. That's coming straight to DVD. Straight to DVD. It was about an hour long. I can't put that out on YouTube. Buffalo Soldiers was nothing but Aborigines. But the story needs to be done. Yeah, I went to Jerusalem. I went to Cortland, Virginia. Nat Turner. I went there. I documented that. It was called Jerusalem first. Yeah, Lord Baltimore. Exactly what he was. He was a Moor. He was a Moor. Buffalo Soldiers did some dirty work. Yeah. I'm gonna get into it. A lot of stuff was good. A lot of stuff was bad, but it's gonna have to get done. And I'm probably gonna link up with family members of Pocahontas, as I want to put that information out as well, because they lying left and right about Pocahontas. I want to put her real stuff out there as well. It's a lot of stuff they lying about. Cherokee is a language. Aniyangwea, the correct term. Cherokee is a Creek word, letting you know that a person speaks a different language. Or Muskogee. Same thing. Creek. See them when those pale faces took over certain particular tribes, okay, they started naming them what they wanted to name them. They didn't know how to speak. They didn't know how to speak our language. Most of our native tongue is gone now. They made us speak their Latin, languages. With one of them is English. Oh yeah, no. I'm not saying that they didn't war. Oh yeah, they warred with that. They warred with that. I mean, it's a lot of wars. It was a lot of wars, especially with them. I mean, that's why I know that. I mean, you gotta know that the Lions saying it was only 61 documented wars when you could pull up multiple wars in the National Archives. The majority of them were documented, but they just don't put it out on the forefront. Like they don't want to put it on your Bing or Google. Okay, now some writers, some books will probably put it out, but not everybody. And keep in mind, those that are on the West didn't go through the same thing as the people on the East, which are our ancestors, the Southeast. They didn't go through the same things. And that's honestly where you see. Now, let me not go too far because I don't want you to get confused. I'm definitely going to have to go into the tribes. I will be putting out DVD sets about the tribes, each of them. But yes, there's a difference between the West and the East. Tribes are concerned, as far as tribes are concerned. Gullah Wars, the Gullahs happen as well. I'll be getting into the Mayans, the Olmecs. I'll be getting into those as well. I'll probably put that on my YouTube. I don't think I'll probably put that out on DVD. The Mayans, the Asiatics, whatever. It's so many different, they name it so many different things. Keep in mind, our people came from here to spread out. We'll get into that. Lenape, Piscataway. Look, you East, that's all East. No, it's Gullah. DVD is a dying medium? I don't think so. I mean, because when I put it out online, you know, I mean, of course, a lot of people would like to have a physical copy, but it will be able to be streamed on their cell phone. And my audio versions, well, I meant to mention that my audio versions will be available here very shortly. Very shortly, my audio like if somebody missed something or probably don't have time to watch the video per se, but probably at the gym want to listen, those will be available as well. The audio versions of the books is coming along with the DVDs. Whether streaming online, no, you know Netflix not gonna, yeah, right. Netflix not gonna allow that. I mean, if they do, fine. I would love it. Netflix, call me. We'll see. You know, I don't know. I just doubt it very seriously. Netflix is on a whole different level. Great grandmother died at 108. Wow. Wow. Put it on Hulu. Stream on Vimeo. I don't like Vimeo. Yes, Amazon. Yes, it will be on Amazon. Google Play. What's the other one? The iTunes. It will be all over. Any streaming service, it will be on. Period. It will be on all of them. The audio and the DVDs, the visuals. Netflix might, you know, don't get me wrong. I'm not knocking Netflix. If Netflix say I don't have to change anything, then yeah, you know, okay, let's go. But if Netflix say I gotta, nah, you're going too far, and they want to censor me like how YouTube's doing, it's a waste of my time. YouTube Red is allowing all of them to play. YouTube Red is allowing all of them to play. I'm thinking about it, but not a lot of people know about YouTube Red. Yes, I am doing it independently. Correct. I am doing it independently, Maurice. Khalifa, yes, you know that's coming. The Khalifa Indians, yep. That's coming. Thunderbird flash drives. I thought about that. But then that means I gotta mail off the flash drives. We'll see. We'll see. I much rather let these, like Google and the rest of them, send the stuff out for me, because that means I will have to. Ain't no telling how many, you know, people would try to come and say, hey, look, mail that to me. I don't want any trouble. Yeah, YouTube Red is pretty good, guys, but I gotta make sure more people got YouTube Red first. YouTube Red is very good. YouTube Red is very good. They're not blocking nothing. I love YouTube Red. I mean, I could easily put my stuff on YouTube Red right now, but I don't know. I'm gonna have to. I don't know how I'm gonna do that. We'll see. I'm gonna have to. I love YouTube Red. You got YouTube Red too? Okay. I mean, we'll see. We'll see. If everybody has Red, then I mean, that would be a plus. Because I could easily put my stuff on you. I don't know why they doing that. YouTube Red is like for movies and stuff that I'm doing. Honestly, it's for that. So I mean, we'll see. I can easily put my stuff. No, I don't want WorldStar. WorldStar came to me and asked me to put my stuff on there. I said no. I'm definitely putting on. No, it's going on iTunes. Automatic. It's going on iTunes. WorldStar, I just can't. It's just that crowd. We'll see. Let me think about that. Let me think about WorldStar. That crowd, though. I mean, that's not. Even though I would want that, I would want the platform to bring the other a younger generation in. I'll have to see. I would have to give. I have to give them a totally different type of documentary, because their attention span. I'm not saying all of them. Don't get me wrong. It's a lot of younger generation people that watch my channel. But, you know, a lot of those people that go there, they want to watch something really quick and they off of it. So WorldStar is like kind of pointless to invest some money in right now. YouTube ads. I'm coming with YouTube ads. That's coming. YouTube ads. I already reached out and I'm going to get that done. Yes, it's going to be involved in Kindle. Keep in mind, Amazon is Kindle. So it's definitely you're going to have the Kindle versions. You're going to be able to stream it directly to any device. That's a must. That's already PDF digital. I don't know. We'll see. It depends. It depends. I know it's going to go to Kindles. I'm not sure if it's going to be available PDF. Yes, Red. No. I'm definitely going to look into Red some more. If you guys are going to get YouTube Red, I know for a fact they're going to let me Vlad TV, not with my documentaries, probably an interview, but not for him to hold my documentaries. No. YouTube Red is $12.99. Are you sure about that? I didn't think YouTube Red was that much. Hit him with a 45-second video on WorldStar. Vimo, no to Vimo. I don't like Vimo. But I think YouTube Red is totally different from, I'm not trying to say it's totally different from YouTube, but YouTube Red allows movies to be played regardless of the genre or whatever. That's another reason why I was looking into that. I was thinking about, yes, it's going to hit Google Play. Definitely going to hit Google Play. Yeah, but YouTube, yeah, that's right. YouTube can't be trusted. I mean, you know, YouTube. Look, go back and look at my last two videos and look at their views. Then look at the video right before those last two. You're going to see. They just started attacking. I'm not going to stop, though. I can tell you that. There's a lot of information that a lot of people did miss. You could go back. This is set as a DVR. You could go backwards, and I would still be live. You could bring it back up and go to the live part, but you could go backwards just to see what you missed. As far as the Kanye West topic was concerned, I did mention that earlier in the stream. Yeah, $10 a month for YouTube Red. That's what I thought. That's what I thought. I think it is $10. I don't think it was 12. I think it is 10. YouTube. All right, Dennis. Yeah, they paused my views. They paused it. Keep in mind, when they pause my views, it's not like people are telling me constantly that they're not able to see my videos. And not only that, they're censoring me on Facebook, and I'm not even posting nothing but my post to my videos on Facebook. Facebook blocked me two times already. March, what is this, May? March 31st, I was blocked for 3 days. I couldn't post. Then right after that 3-day block, they blocked me for 7 days. Okay, and not one time did they tell me why they blocked me. And all I'm doing on my page, but you could go check them right now, facebook.com/I'm just here to make you think. I'm not doing nothing but posting my links to my documentaries. That's it, from my YouTube channel, and they blocking me. So what is the, that's why I can't. If you're on my Facebook, keep in mind I'm still going to be there, but very rarely am I going to post, because they're trying to, I don't want them to take away my Facebook fan page. So I'm gonna be here and there with my Facebook. That's unfortunate. I still got my Twitter, and I'm definitely posting on Instagram, but guess what? Facebook owns Instagram. So, yes, I did. No. I talked about Kanye West earlier in the stream, though. Earlier in the stream. Actually, this is still up. Believe it or not. This was the post. And I talked about Kanye West. It was on my Instagram. Well, actually, it was on my Twitter, and I posted the tweets on my Instagram. Is that from net neutrality? You tell me. Your content is hurting their feelings. It's hurting somebody. I know a lot of people didn't get the notifications, FRZ. I know they didn't. A lot of people were inboxing me, hey, did you put out a new video? I'm like, yeah, I put it out like an hour ago. You didn't get the notification? So, and that's another reason why they slowed me down with my release schedule. So this is, like, I got documentaries done where I could just click and you'll see a new documentary right now. But with this new situation with YouTube, you got it late. Leo Cohen's at YouTube. Oh, the music guy? Nah, but I thought he was dealing with music, though. You should, if he's gonna be on YouTube, it's probably gotta be the music side. And that's probably the reason why I gotta show licenses and everything now, since he ain't on YouTube. Because at first I didn't have to do that. Now I gotta show licenses and clearances and. They're trying to, no, they can't cut into my royalties. We do need our own platform. I agree. Now, mainly I just wanted to answer questions. And I don't know how many questions I asked. Keep in mind, this is my very first time going live. I'm definitely going to be doing more of these. I might even do this tomorrow. We'll see how this goes. But yeah, I just wanted to let you guys know, what's going on with my channel. I just wanted to give you guys an update of what's going on, what they're doing to my videos as of right now. This just recently happened. And of course, I wanted to give you guys my response to Kanye West. This was all one post. It was like 10 messages. And I just wanted to go over that and let you guys know about that. And just answer some questions. That's mainly it. I didn't want to go too far into anything. But yeah, DVD, like I said, let me just wrap this up. DVDs are coming out. Books are coming. But yeah, now I'm forwarding all my stuff to DVD now, guys. Since I see that they're doing that now, I might as well jump on it now. Might as well. And put them out on DVD. I want everybody to have this information as soon as possible. So yes, DVDs, books are going to be followed behind that. And as well as the audio versions of the book, and as well as the audio versions of the videos. So be looking up for all of that, guys. And this was my response to Kanye West. I said that he was right and wrong, and you can read the whole entire thing. I already read it out earlier in the stream. So really appreciate you guys for watching. Oh, I just noticed it was almost 2,000 people watching. I really appreciate that. I thank you all for the donations. as well. Those that have donated, those that still want to reach out to me, you still can. I'm still available. I mean, if you could contact me, if you could get through the office line, you know, I'm there. And I really appreciate that. Definitely take your time and research your family's background. I'm going to still continue to put out work, very informative work. Be looking out for that. Be looking out for it all, guys. I really appreciate all of the support and all the love that I'm receiving, even the hate. I appreciate that too. I welcome the haters on board too. Ain't nothing but love. Just the inverted version. Just anyway. So let's go ahead and close this out. Peace, everybody. You guys have a great evening. It's getting late right now. Yeah, I'll be posting up another video tomorrow. Thank you for watching.